So we're going to go into our first little diagram here, a little switch up, keep you guys awake. So very important part that we're going to go into, which is the identity that forms through these experiences, through these moments, through these memories and beliefs we were just talking about. And by the way, my emotional intelligence is very high, but my drawing skills are not, so just a heads up. So imagine this is you, straight from birth, and even if you don't believe it right now, just take what I say. You are untouched. You are quote unquote pure. You are quote unquote perfect. Some people like to use that. But you are basically untouched by life, by experiences, by beliefs, so on and so forth. And this is what I call the true self. Again, ignore my handwriting. I'm using my mouse on the couch right now. But this is you at your truest self. This is you without any fears, limiting beliefs, etc., etc., etc. And we are that when we are born, basically. We are, if you were to use the computer analogy, we are a brand new computer out of the box, no viruses. We are like a clean slate. We don't even have like general data and I don't know, tools and all that kind of stuff if we were a computer. Then what happens is we go through certain experiences. And these are just like, quote unquote, everyday normal experiences, good or bad. For example, let's say mom or dad, for whatever reason, likes to swear at us a lot and call us stupid and call us like a waste of space and call us terrible and say we shouldn't be alive, whatever it is. These experiences, if you were to think about that, especially the example I just gave, would make this child think or feel and believe certain things about themselves. And something very important here that I think would be a good place to put this is, as a kid, we can only simplify what we go through. Our prefrontal cortex, our brain, basically, is not developed enough for us to understand the nuances and complexities of like adult life. So even though our parent had like a terrible day at work and they just really stress and everything, and that's why they're coming home and like getting annoyed with us and calling us an idiot and everything, we don't know that. We don't understand that when we're like 4, 5, 6, even 13 years old a lot of the time. But what we do understand and what we do see is the stuff that they're saying to us, is what they physically do or don't do or whatever. And we simplify that. Well, if dad's coming home and calling me an idiot, maybe it's because I am an idiot. Or maybe it's because he doesn't like me. Why would he not like me? Something must be wrong with me. Well, if something's wrong with me, maybe that means I'm not good enough. Maybe it means I'm not worthy. And what happens is that moment, that experience, basically becomes a belief. And it's a memory, it's a moment, it's a belief that gets integrated or like planted into our conscious, subconscious belief system, etc. And what happens is we go through many of these things in our life. Sometimes 100 things, sometimes 1,000 things in all different areas, not just relationships, but for the context of this course, we'll keep it to relationships. So for example, maybe something I went through, for example, was I was a mommy's boy. I shared everything with my mom. My dad wasn't really home much. So there's another second one there, like him not being home much made me question why he wasn't home much. I then took it on myself and be like, well, he doesn't want to be around me, etc. But I was very close to my mom. And when my parents went through a divorce when I was about 12, 13, my mom went through a depressive episode. And when she went through this depressive episode, she kind of disappeared in the sense of like emotions. Like she would stay in her room all day. She would sleep most of the day. So this person who I went to with all my emotional needs and support suddenly was no longer there in the way that I needed her. And at the same time, I went to like an all-boys school and like first year of high school. So there was this one moment where I even remember this belief being implanted, like actionably. I went up to the mirror when I was about 12 and I was like, Mom's not here anymore. Dad's like barely here anyway. And when he is, he's like a robot. I'm going into high school. It's all boys, blah, blah, blah. It's me against the world. I'm on my own. I need to man up and toughen up. So that for me solidified a belief. I have to go through everything on my own. I have to toughen up, aka not be vulnerable. And the other one was Mom like abandoned me, but I know now she didn't, because now I've like worked on it and everything. But at that point, it was like a very strong thing that implanted in me that like this person who I like really cared about abandoned me. And as you go through all of these things, hundreds, if not thousands of situations, experiences, moments that build these deeper beliefs, they start to form an identity. And we start to genuinely believe, because some of the most common things underneath all of these beliefs and thoughts is like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm unimportant, I'm nothing, etc. But you can kind of see that deeper, very core belief. It's like basically, I am less than, I am not good enough, I am just like, you know what I mean? So that becomes our new identity in general. I am not good enough. And all these limiting beliefs add or contribute to it. And then it starts to feel like an identity. Like that is just me. I'm just like not lovable, or I am just like not capable, or what's the point of trying, because like I know who I am and blah, 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 blah. But that's not your true identity. This is your true identity right here. You underneath all of these limiting beliefs and fears and so on and so forth. These beliefs, as we said before, are like learned survival strategies and the behaviors and the patterns that come from them. They're what we needed to learn for us to make sense of things. Why would Dad say this to me? Well, it's because I'm not good enough. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I can now deal with that. I can now accept when he says that because it makes sense to me. Well, of course he's saying that. I'm not good enough. So yeah, cool. It helps us like mentally, and this is one of the problems with mind's defense mechanism, it helps us make sense of the situation and therefore feel more at ease with what's happening around us. So again, you will start to be able to like identify and see these limiting beliefs and fears and the connection between them and the memories that they came from as we go through the activities and exercises. Just to give you a little bit of a foreshadowing, just like these things are learned, as I said before, they can be unlearned. So, and this is really, if I were to simplify it, this is the goal of the deeper exercises we'll go into later in the course. Our goal is not to turn you into something that you're not, is not to turn you into something new, is not to change who you are. Our real goal is to identify these limiting beliefs and fears, identify where they come from, and start working with them at their core to then slowly but surely remove them, shift them, reintegrate them, whatever you want to call it, so that ultimately we come back to our truest self. We return home, if you will. So I'm not trying to change you or fix you or turn you into something else. I'm trying to help you remember who you really are underneath all the fears and limiting beliefs. And you're going to see how that works as we go through this.